This week's episode of Wine Wars is sponsored by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/Wine Wars to get a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial of Audible. Whether you want to listen to a book about wine or a book about Star Wars, Audible has you covered with over 180,000 titles to choose from. Audible works on your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle, or MP3 player. That's audibletrial.com/Wine Wars.
This week's episode of Wine Wars is also sponsored by Wink. Go to trywink.com/Wine Wars for $20 off your first purchase of 4 bottles of wine custom selected just for you. Our shipment of Wink this month included a bottle of 2015 Le Tellier du Sud. As you can tell by the name, it's a French wine. A classic blend of Grenache and Syrah from the Vento AOC in Rhône, France. It has dark fruit, medium tannin, and the classic pepperiness that you come to expect from a Grenache-based wine. For more information about Wink, listen to episode number 55, where we talk about our experience unboxing our first shipment from Wink. Again, that's trywink.com/Wine Wars for $20 off your first shipment of Wink wine. Enjoy the show.
Previously on Wine Wars.
Light. Darkness. A balance.
It's so much bigger. One truth. It's time for the Jedi to end.
Welcome to Wine Wars. You're joining the four of us as we sniff, sip, and talk about wine live from our dining room here in Madison, Wisconsin. I am your excellent host and spectator, and with me as always are Jason.
Buongiorno.
And Scott.
May the force be with you, Anne.
And with you. And also Amy.
What they said.
Exactly.
Although it's nighttime, so I'm going to say bon nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Oh, you just got French served.
Oui, oui, oui. Good dommage. So this episode of the Wine Wars podcast is all about the new
Last Jedi trailer.
The new Last Jedi trailer.
The newest lastest.
The firstest.
The first and the last.
It is the first,
and
right?
you guys, we just watched it like 27 times in a row. And I wish that you had all been here so you could have seen Scott and Amy and Jason crawl up to the television and to the speakers to put their ears.
Well, to be fair, you don't just have run-of-the-mill speakers. You've got a pretty sweet Bose setup, right?
Sweet speakers, but you all crawled up to them to
roll back 10 seconds. Play it again.
We played it
Turn
over
it up.
and over and over.
Back
their
10.
ears.
Enhance.
That's because they had subliminal messages.
Enhance
from
10.
Was
key
very
characters.
Oh, they put that in there specifically for events like that to happen.
Yeah. Specifically for nerds to nerd.
Well, and we
Nerds
nerded.
can't be nerding without nerd
Mission
events like that.
accomplished.
Yeah,
we
we
nerded
We
so
nerded
hard.
all over
Okay.
your floor. I hope that
Where do we start?
you can vacuum that up.
So first, I think the most important thing, get this off of everyone's chest, the font.
Font approved.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Loved the font. I question the red over the yellow.
I do too,
Nope.
but I'm going to
Nope.
let it pass because Ray.
Nope. Nope.
Amen.
And
I'm
Poe.
Team Amy on this. Ray and Poe.
Yep.
Red is fine.
Ray and Poe, good to go.
Seems like you have some bizarre fan fiction out there where Ray and Poe get together.
No, that's not what it was about. Why do you have to sexualize it?
You said
But-
Ray and Poe, good to go.
also-
No, I just mean like I like them as characters.
Also, do you have a next part to how you sexualize that?
What's that?
What?
What?
She's asking, could you please sexualize that?
Oh,
so like Poe comes rescue me and Anne.
look how quick she is to answer that question.
Look how quick she was to fan fictionalize that.
I'm sorry, I just spent the whole day writing an outline for fiction. All right, anyway.
So
Okay,
Poe
font,
walks.
good.
So Poe walks into your office, and you're really stressed out, right? And he comes up to your desk and he says, "Ms. Spectator, I'm here to approve of your fonts." And he lays just a bunch of options on the table for you.
And then I'm like, well, I was thinking something more like, oh, I dropped my pen.
Oh, I can get that for
Do you have to do a bend and snap?
Just bend over really slow.
And he's just like, "So you like the font?"
Yeah. Font was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Font was good.
Although I do have to admit, at the very beginning, when it said Lucasfilm, in the dark steel gray, there was the notes kind of reminded me a little bit of Harry Potter.
Yes, actually, because it's the music as well. They have like bells in there,
Yeah.
which are very hot Harry
That's
Pottery.
the
Harry Potter.
for God's sake.
You said you're going to leave it in.
That was
That's what she said.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Okay.
but just for a millisecond. And then I kind of got over it because then
But
you
that's
see
the
Ray.
same one they use for everyone.
And Ray looks really authentic in that first opening scene. She's
She's
sweaty,
gritty.
She's hot. She's like, yeah.
She's like, I'm here to get shit done. I'm not here to be cute, even though
God,
her
I
waterfall
love-
ponies were awesome.
I love
The big criticism of this from the nerd world is that
There's a girl in it.
they're afraid that they're
that.
just completely rehashing Empire Strikes Back with this one.
Sure.
That it's but
She goes off to a distant land,
to get trained
trained
by the Jedi expert.
the old Jedi, and
Yep.
he's gonna die.
Why would you criticize that? The fact that The Force Awakens was just like the original?
Right.
Approved. I liked that.
Yeah,
Solid hit.
I don't understand what's wrong with the traditional Joseph Campbell's hero's journey kind of
Hero with
shit.
1,000 faces. That's
This
the
is
That was,
inspiration.
that was the book,
Yes.
but
Right.
it was about the hero's journey.
Yes.
These are all recycled stories.
Exactly.
I know.
So it is in the tradition of keeping that alive.
There is a reason why a certain
Works.
structure for a story works the way it does.
Who's the bad guy here?
Well, it's still Kylo. So that's the question, though. Who is? So you have, Squishy Face. What's his name from the first movie?
We're talking about the bad guy.
Yeah. Andy Serkis played him.
Yeah.
Damn it! I'm losing nerd cred
Yeah.
by the second.
Total nerd. Hold on. Okay.
What movie?
Nerd
From
cred
Force
is lost.
Awakens?
Force Awakens. He's the CG character.
Snoke.
Thank you.
Yes. Jeez.
Whew.
We obviously did a podcast earlier.
Yes. So he's still
We've had at least 5 bottles of wine.
a part of this universe and training Kylo Ren. So going back to your
Oh, yeah, that guy.
yes.
He wasn't really in this trailer.
Not in it
No,
at
not in this
all.
trailer.
No.
Kylo's in it a little bit, but so let's take a step
For
back.
like 1 second.
So Rey's
Literally.
obviously going through her training with
Yes.
Luke. Luke has been a hermit for who knows how long.
Long ass time.
10, 15 years. I wonder if you don't know the personality that Luke is going to give off here because he's been living alone for so long and like feels just destroyed by the choices he's made in life that caused Kylo Ren to turn. So maybe he's very when he says at the very end, the Jedi need to stop. He's like this.
They need
back
to
and
end.
forth, right? And not necessarily the force abilities, but this constant battle back and forth. So like he's very hermity and just like gives up on the world. So maybe it's Rey has to
that
like
what it-
push him back into it.
You know what
It
I
may not
got
mean
from
that.
it is that he's tired of dark side and light. He just wants like some moderates.
He doesn't want a red wine. He doesn't want a white. He wants a rosé.
Oh, Jason.
Yeah, or
Team
blend.
Rosé, Luke. Discuss.
He's going to be pretty Force angry when he finds out that
Han's dead?
Kylo
Oh.
killed Han.
Oh yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he probably knows that because he's got the Force and all.
Kylo as the bad guy, so that gives me some pause.
Is he not bad enough for you?
I discussed this at the Force Awakens review podcast episode, whatevereth. But I don't need like some angsty millennial as my bad guy. I need an actual fucking bad guy.
Well, maybe now he's getting to that point.
I think he's an angsty millennial.
He could get dark. He's a young
He
man.
wasn't
So maybe
dark. He
he's
wasn't
just-
dark. He was
he-
angsty, and
he's
that's
just gonna-
different.
He's
But
gonna
he's a young angsty dark.
Which is unpredictable, which
I
that's
want
scary.
actual conviction in my darkness. I want Vader.
Well, he's dead. Sorry. So Kylo's just going to start putting
Too
out
bad for
a whole bunch of memes on the internet in retaliation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So the reason that the three of us were crawling up to the speakers is because of those hidden messages they have buried in there's 3 segments.
Right, the subliminal messages.
Right. So Rey is talking to Luke, and he's like,
"This is the light."
the light.
He says, "What do you?" He
What do you
asks
see?
her, "What do you see?" And
Right.
she goes, "The light."
And
They go to Leia.
it sounds like there's
Voice of
Leia.
Well, it looks like the back of her, which they must have listened to our podcast, Anne, because they heard us say, "Show her from the back if you're going to show Leia at all."
Oh, she was alive during the filming of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's alive.
Oh,
Okay.
that's her, you think? In that shot?
Well, her hairdo. That's
totally
totally
Leia.
Oh, I didn't know that was her.
hairdo.
Wait. I
That's
did not
why-
see her hairdo.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why the voice, the subliminal
That's totally
voice
Leia in
says.
that
I had my eyes closed while I listened to the
Oh.
sound.
She says, "Help
Help
me,
me,
Obi-Wan,"
Obi-Wan.
I
and
heard
it's
that.
General
But
Leia.
it's definitely coming in.
It's
on
her
Leia.
hairdo?
a general at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's overlooking the
console.
the control world.
See, I don't. That's not her. I don't think that's her.
That's totally Leia.
That is not Leia. Look
That
at that
is
hair.
Leia. That's Leia.
That's not
Anti.
Leia. That's a guy.
That
No.
is no dude.
No,
that
her-
is a traditional Leia
That is
hairdo. where
Leia
they-
hair. It's an ornate hairdo, and the shoulders are sloped like a woman. It's totally
So-
her.
Totally Leia.
That I don't know.
I know that you don't believe me, but I'm right.
Wasn't there a report, though, that actual Leia was in the film?
She
Le-
is.
yes.
She's
Yeah,
alive for
but
this
they
movie.
but they said that they weren't going to CGI her.
For the
into the
ninth-
ninth
Then maybe
movie.
that
Okay.
would be her. Then that would be a position she would hold at
It
that
could
table.
very well could be. So I'm not gonna say it's not necessarily her, but I don't think it is her because of the swoop of the hair.
That hair does not look like Leia. She has
And-
a much more stylish hairdo.
The other reason I don't think it's her, so in another subliminal message they're giving us here at this point is they play Rey's theme music when they show you this character.
Probably the secret mom, because twins run in the family.
Secret mom of what?
Rey.
Oh, Leia.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think this is a guy,
it's not a dude.
but I think it's Rey, one of Rey's parents, either way, because they play Rey's theme behind this shot.
And it does look like a little bit of a different. Okay, I'm slightly going to Scott's world here because that doesn't look like the Rebel base.
Yeah, it looks like it's way more
It looks like
polished.
a spaceship.
It's way more polished.
Okay.
And then I think in the background somewhere. No.
God, the
Okay.
closer that camera angle swoops in, it looks a little Leia.
I don't.
Here,
Oh, you guys, I don't know.
That probably won't even be in the movie, so it doesn't matter.
It probably
Let's just
isn't.
keep moving
but
on.
I don't. She's not that tall. Anyway. Okay.
what do you
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
It's from the back. She could
Yes,
be
but
5
look-
feet tall there.
Look at the height of the console compared to her, and there's other men around here of the same height. Leia's not that tall.
They're in the background. Okay, well, I'm just saying I'm going to put
Leia
my
is
money on
tiny.
Leia.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, either way, my prediction is this person is related to Rey
Okay.
in one way or the other.
Okay.
The next scene, we have the broken mask of Kylo Ren. In the background is Vader's voice buried, talking about the power
dark
of the
side.
right. You don't understand the power of the dark side. What do you think of this, Anne? He's destroyed his mask.
Well, he likes to
Did
have
he,
temper
or did
tantrums.
someone
What they're
else?
like is all right, we already know who the bad guy is, and we know that he doesn't have some freakish problem going on there, except for he was cut across his face. But he's a super big star now, so we're going to want to show his face off more. So he doesn't need the mask.
So you think this is a sequel to the movie Face Off?
Yes.
Face off. Broken
Exactly.
arrow.
I want his face.
off.
Gross.
So yes, there's going to be some sort of new version of I assume he's going to continue to wear some sort of mask.
He
I
has
hope
a mask when he's walking with flames behind him.
Where's
the thing
that?
with it is
That's new.
his terror to the dark side and the Empire. I don't know what's it called. The
Resistance.
it's not the Resistance.
Ninth Order
The
or something?
First Order.
First
yeah.
Order.
So where he builds his power with the First Order is his dark mask and his ambiguity there. So,
But
you would
honestly-
think he would still want the mask.
Yeah, but as somebody who wants to get butts in seats and dollars out of lady viewers' pockets, you want to show Adam Driver. And I know not
we?
everybody's a fan. I get it, Anne, but
Like, I'm asking, do we?
yeah, there's a huge following, and I'm a
People
fan.
like him.
Really?
He
I
tests
do.
well with
Yeah.
he tests well.
He's unconventionally attractive, and I just dig it.
They
Look at
did-
those eyes.
They did move the scar slightly from where they had it in the last movie.
Oh,
They should have definitely made him look way worse.
I just don't see real evil there.
Well,
and I
that's-
want real evil.
maybe they picked a cutie pie because when they associate attractiveness with good qualities, and so we want to have hope that maybe he can come back to the light.
And that's the when he takes his mask off in The Force Awakens, you're expecting someone of like at the end of Jedi when Vader takes his mask off, like just the destroyed
Right.
body.
Instead
And
of
it's like,
get long, luscious locks.
Right.
And it's like, pass,
And full mouth, pass,
Right.
big brown eyes. Who wants them?
pass.
so something obviously
They all say.
we have this segment about Kylo and his growth within the movie. And then the last of these three segments, you get a nice little bookshelf here.
Yes.
That's the most intriguing part of this whole trailer is the bookshelf.
And it was kind of hard to tell because I've seen this probably like 10 times now. And I finally realized it's books. I knew that the close-up was an ancient text. But it was hard to tell that it was a bookshelf with all of the wacky...
Yeah, it's an odd perspective because it looks like you're looking at the bottom of a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Again, probably not in the movie.
This has to be in the movie. That's a very iconic shot. I mean, someone put a lot of craft into that bookshelf. It's a whole, foot wide.
What I like about this, the next frame is basically this is the image that they've kind of used in Star Wars and in the posters is like what's coming off of the lightsaber.
Right. Surrounded by the Rebel Alliance logo, kind of.
Yep. So it's what
You guys
Luke
are seeing
has.
things I'm not
So
seeing.
this
is
where
a
the star
lightsaber.
is,
Oops, it's a touchscreen.
it's kind of coming off the lightsaber
I get it.
in the original Star Wars
This
poster.
is a major nerd alert,
and then
though. Let's
in the
be clear.
new
See the blue around it?
Sure.
It's a stretch, but I
Sure.
see what you're
Sure.
interpreting to be
But
the
this is
Rebel
like-
Alliance
This is
symbol.
just so
And then
dorky. I'm
in the
trying to
new-
keep up.
in the
I'm just
new
amazed.
Last Jedi, she has this kind of image coming off her lightsaber
In the poster. Yep.
in the poster.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Amy brought up, so the hand in this image is in a glove, it looks like a leather glove. And we don't necessarily know whose that is.
But it does
I think
look
that's
like
Neil
a-
Armstrong. I
a
think he finds
dainty
this on the
lady
moon.
It does
hand.
like a lady hand. I
lady
agree.
And I don't think that it's that Moss, whatever her name
Maz
is.
Kanata.
I love
No.
her.
She was great.
I think she's in this. I think
Is
she's on
she?
the cast roll.
I hope so.
There's a casserole.
Cast roll. I don't know if that's a word either.
Casserole is a word in Wisconsin.
Cast roll.
We usually
So-
call it a hat dish.
Oh, it's a macaroni.
So we have some sort of original Jedi text here that Luke maybe went back to study off of. And
Or maybe it's a book that he hid because he's like, Jedi need to end. And then Rey finds it hidden. And it's all dusty and she's brushing dust off of it with her gloved hand during her training.
Well, you've learned that because you've worked in museums. You have to wear a gloved hand with an ancient text like that. You don't want to get oils on it.
Well, that too. That's probably why Rey was doing that.
Yeah,
Dead Sea Scroll.
Yeah.
She wants to not damage.
At least
the
she didn't have to cut off her
text.
hand and use a robot hand.
This Christmas, you guys, that's more than 6 months away. Well, okay.
218 days from our recording, I think.
In this
What I do like
moment-
about this back half of the trailer is it's a lot of ships we haven't seen before.
And why do
Yes.
they have red things coming out of them?
Well, that's the soil.
It's the soil being kicked
so
up.
I think like when it rains, that dirt probably turns red
lot
because
of
they're
iron.
they're kicking up all the dust.
A lot of iron.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
these ships are just dilapidated, so they really rebels just pulling anything together they can to fight off the
They're
Empire.
putting together their
Or the
ships with
First Order.
chicken wire.
These are rebel ships for sure.
okay.
So let's
Yeah.
hang on before we move on to Finn. So you can see in the shot
in the
there's
distance,
AT-8 AT-AT walkers in the distance. So they're counter-assaulting the AT-ATs.
But they have shitty ships,
Also
so
not in
they're
the movie.
biffing the ground. And
I think Jason's theory is none of this is going to be in the movie.
It was really frustrating with the last trailer. It was like,
It was.
So Rogue One in particular.
we're just Rogue One for sure.
Yeah.
Like, we're just putting things in here. It's not in the movie.
Well, it's because they did all the reshoots and changed
yeah,
it.
but it's
But
also
still.
marketing people.
So Finn
I like
apparently,
this image.
yeah.
Yeah, well, we all do.
Yeah.
We also want to have some clues.
Yeah.
right. And Finn apparently just naps through the movie. So Anne, you'll
I am so
Relate.
sleepy right now.
you'll relate to his character just napping.
Yeah, Finn looks like he's in Snow White's glass coffin.
I guess Finn got pretty jacked up in that last movie.
He did. He kind of, I felt bad for his
BB-8.
character because he just kind of like, at the end of the movie, it's like, he's jacked up and we're just going to kind of schlep him off to the side and move along.
It does appear that he might be being transported somewhere, though. If you see in the corners, there's like blue sky almost. It's tough to
Yeah.
tell. It looks like he's being shot through the sky. So,
I really hope he becomes mechanical.
half robot.
That'd be cool.
Finn?
Yeah.
Do you have reason to believe that's true?
No, not at all.
I feel-
it would just be cool.
Yeah.
He seems like he could use a little edge.
He would have, I think, had to sustain more intense injuries to justify being made into half robot.
Yeah.
Well, he got cut up the spine with a lightsaber.
Oh, it was up the spine?
Yeah.
Down his back. Yeah, I would think you would consider that a pre-existing condition.
Right.
Yeah. So, we're just going to, all right. Put him in a glass coffin and see what happens.
Yep. I would think it would be the greatest thing ever if throughout this whole movie his character's just sleeping the whole time though.
I get
And there's
that.
like really long cuts to it.
Yeah. Which is very
just, like,
dramatic.
sleeping.
Always circling around him sleeping.
Yeah.
And then at the end he wakes up and he's like,
What up?
"Oh, what I missed."
We got any Jedis left or?
The Last Jedi?
What?
And everybody's favorite.
Poe. It's like they heard our podcast and they heard us say Mo Poe.
Mopo!
They knew
With a BB-8
I want a
I will
poster of that
take
above
it.
my bed.
all night long.
And this image here, so listeners, we're kind of going through this frame by frame. So this shot of their hangar bay and their ships being blown up is kind of the counter to in The Force Awakens when they blow up the ships on
Jakku?
where they get where I don't know the name of the ship itself, but when they're escaping in the TIE fighter and they start blowing up the ships, right?
In the
Whatever
Death Star.
it's not the Death Star, it's the Star Destroyer-esque
yeah.
ship, right?
Yeah, it is kind of the reverse of that.
Yep. Everybody's favorite BB-8 is back.
You know what I think would be cool in this movie, and I'm loving the fact that we don't see it at all, is C-3PO. And if it's anything like the Empire Strikes Back, C-3PO and R2-D2 are separated the whole time. For the most part of that movie.
Which makes sense because R2's with Luke
and
Rey. Yeah.
No one needs C-3PO.
Nah.
Boring.
Got the Millennium Falcon.
The Falcon's back, and we're not sure who's piloting it, but there is a new character being introduced. Jason, you know a little bit about her, right? The new pilot that's being added.
What, a lady driver?
I don't know much except for that she has got a decent sized role in the movie.
And she was sworn to secrecy, even from her family.
She told her family that she was going to make a movie in Canada, a little indie film in Canada, and is like a major character in
Really?
The Last Jedi. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Can you look up her name real quick? Well, I
That
want
is
to
insane.
make sure we give her
but
props.
if I was like her relative and found out, I'd totally put all that shit on Facebook.
Well, that is the
ruin
interesting
it.
thing about the films like this, how you keep these secrets tight for that long.
Well, you just take like a DNA sample and then threaten the people that work for you.
That's all you do?
Like, we know where your family lives,
Yeah, we have your DNA.
and we have your DNA.
I mean-
we can make it look like you killed them.
I don't really know like what else you could do other than because like you
You
signed.
could just have them sign a DNA.
Sign
Oh, I know,
a
not a DNA, a non-disclosure agreement, NDA.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like ink on a piece of paper. Like,
Right.
I mean,
Better to just take their DNA and threaten their friends and family.
yeah.
Yep, that's sound advice. Rey's running in through some sort of desert. Kylo's pointing at people with his
He looks
sword.
so badass with the wind blowing in his hair, and he's all angry with fire
It's
in
like
his
just put on
eyes.
some headphones, listen to your little music, millennial.
Put on your Blink 182 and fuck off.
I think a lot of millennials probably don't even know who that is.
They probably do. That's right in their wheelhouse.
Yeah, but I think
182?
millennials like extend to kids that are even being born like now, right?
No, now they would. What are they called now? I can't think of what the newest generation is. But
I don't even want to know.
No, we don't need to know.
Want to know.
So the new character's name is Rose. Very original.
what's the actress's name?
Kelly Marie Tran.
Cool. Then we have this scene harkening back to the flashback where Luke apparently gave up originally with the training of new Jedi and then ran off.
Oh, so that could have been like post Kylo blowing up.
Right. So this is probably when Kylo went
Looks
AWOL.
like a flashback.
Right.
Yeah.
Seems like a flashback to that same scene where his hand rests on R2. And then we get a little more Captain Phasma, which is cool because she was really underutilized in the first movie.
And she was in a trash compactor.
And I love her.
But that might be flashback as well.
Oh.
Bunch of
Action, spaceships.
spaceships
blowing
fighting.
up.
And then Luke just being like, I'm old and tired.
So I think these Jedi should end.
Can you leave my house? Like, this is just a loft apartment. I don't have a separate bedroom for guests.
the mossy stone to the left of the cave opening things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye.
So, Anne, your reaction to the Rogue One trailers, you were saying, like, it just didn't feel Star Warsy. What are you thinking with this? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling Star Wars. I'm feeling excited, feeling ready, I'm feeling it.
I feel like they did a good transition with old characters and new ones in the Force Awakens, and so I'm ready for this. Like they eased me into it now.
I'm ready. And if it's an exact repeat of Empire, I'm cool with that. And if it's not, I'm so cool with that.
It just tonally looks like the last movie. It doesn't look dark. Like Empire visibly looks dark and has a very dark tone. This doesn't, like all those shots.
Yeah,
on-
lots of bright scenes other
Yeah.
than like in the caves.
They're fighting in sunshine.
Empire doesn't feel dark color-wise.
Sure. Dagobah's
No, in that...
the set piece.
Yeah,
That's
creepy
half
ass
the
swamp.
movie is
Yeah,
Dagobah.
that's pretty dark. But the part where...
The snow planet
Yeah.
just feels cold.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
transition, right? You start with the white,
But where
bright
Han gets
planet
dipped...
in the
The
carbonite,
carbonite, dark.
Bespin City.
That's not that dark. That
whole scene.
That
is
whole
in a
set piece
dark,
is very dark. They fight in shadows.
enclosed room.
Okay. Seems kind of bright and airy. But they go for lunch.
Yeah, the out.
You know?
They went for
They,
brunch.
I mean, they have some rosé
got
out on a
mimosas.
terrace.
They
That's
go
nice.
for lunch, and then Lando's like, "Oh, I'm gonna dip you now."
Oh, I didn't tell you. Vader joined as well for lunch. Sorry.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
bright
yeah.
and sunny.
They go for lunch. We would.
That is
and
what
they were
they
like, and they're like, we'd be honored if you join us. and They
Like this is
have
a
a
very
nice little meeting.
This is a very exclusive restaurant we're trying to get into. So like,
And some politics.
and yeah.
Her version of things are different.
Oh, and
Seems
Vader's here.
nice.
They go for lunch.
Okay, so we are 200-ish days away from the time of recording.
That was a long ass time, but it's going to be here soon.
Some other key
Is
things.
this totally filmed? Are they done?
Yes,
with
it's
this?
all in post-production.
Oh, good. Are they reshooting a bunch of shit, or are they feeling solid about it?
Production ran longer than it originally was planned, but I've not heard of any reshoots.
Good. That's a good sign.
They always do reshoots on films.
Right, especially something of this large of budget. Once you get into the editing bay and start putting the film together, you might feel like, oh, we need something here to bridge these two together. But going forward, episode 9, as we discussed, Carrie Fisher will not appear. They've essentially had to rewrite that whole entire script to plan around her death.
She played a big role.
She was supposed to play a much bigger role in number 9 than she would have in number 8.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's kind of heartbreaking.
That's a sad thing.
I hate everything right now.
And on that note,
But
Sure.
what's interesting about it is they moved it up 6 months to release. So they must feel pretty confident
Well-
they've got a good story and have
originally it was actually supposed to be released around now. It got pushed back 6 months to December.
Really?
it couldn't have been 1 year away from now. 1 year away from the next movie.
Oh, number 9.
Yeah.
Yes. So originally with number 8, The Last Jedi, they were supposed to start releasing in spring.
Oh.
That's why the Han Solo movie is going to be in spring.
Oh.
So after number 8 here, The Last Jedi, it's only like 4 or 5 months until Han Solo comes out. And then it's every year from then. So they're moving away from the December releases, which, as I've mentioned before, I kind of like the December releases. Gives you
I
something
do
to do
too.
in the middle of winter.
Do some right before Christmas.
Right.
There's nothing going on in December.
No.
Never.
Nothing to do in December.
I always feel bored.
Well, I always liked how they were always kind of released in May. It's just a kind of their thing that they did for the summer blockbuster. But it is kind of nice to have something. And I thought it was weird when like all the Hobbit movies and those were coming out in December. But it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Have
Well,
a
we did
Christmas
that
movie.
a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah,
Where we
it's-
went to. Did we go on Christmas Day?
We went Christmas Day to see The Force Awakens with my parents, yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
it was
something to do
really
with your
nice
family.
because it's like the movie theater is not packed. Well, it wasn't on Christmas Day, but it was.
We were able to get tickets that day, and you just go. It's
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think we're going to convince the executives at Disney to change
You
their
don't
release
think
dates.
so?
I don't.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
Bob
if
Iger,
anybody's listening,
I think you should
just
go back to your original release date.
Because 4 of us in Wisconsin said so.
So is everyone like excited?
I'm excited.
You pro? Did you like the
I'm
preview?
pretty excited. I'm pretty damn excited.
Yeah.
Totally excited.
Ditto.
Right on. Anything from it that you saw and you're like, I don't know about that.
Well, we were able to decipher the subliminal messages, except for whatever Yoda
Whatever
was
The
saying.
Yoda
third one,
says.
yeah. So we all hypothesized that Yoda says something.
We think that Leia is saying, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
Yep, in the first clip.
When they show the lady that you don't think is Leia.
Yeah.
And then we think when they show the smashed Kylo Ren mask,
It's Vader.
or it is Vader's
Something about
mask.
the dark
No,
side.
it's Kylo's mask, but the audio is Vader.
Right. That's probably why he had a tantrum and smashed his mask.
Right.
And then we look at a Dagobah looking bookshelf with
Mm-hmm.
ancient Jedi texts, and we hear Yoda, but I don't know what
Yep.
he's
So
saying.
if any listener knows what Yoda says, let us know. And I'm trying not to Google anything.
Yeah, I don't want to know anything.
I know. I'm really paring down social media.
So cool. Well, we're all excited. I assume listeners are excited too. I know Anne's very excited about
I'm
this.
very excited.
So let us know what you think. winewarspodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Tell us about our couple of sponsors.
If you want to listen to some audiobooks, you can listen to Star Wars audiobooks. There's actually really good Rogue One audiobooks that just came out. I'll have to look those up real quick. You can go to audibletrial.com/winewars. Wars, you can get one free book and access to the application for 1 month for free. So that's audibletrial.com /
There you go. Now you got it.
There
Wine
it
Wars.
is. You got it.
/ Wine Wars.
Audible, Star Wars.
And if you don't, I think it feels like everybody on the earth has an Audible account at this point in time. But if you don't, please get one.
on it.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a whole series about the aftermath. So essentially between episodes 6 and 7, called Aftermath, about connecting between those.
And they are official
canon.
So it's like the information
They
that's
have
in
the
there.
logo.
Yeah, the
And
information
the
that's in there is
Lucasfilm blessing.
right. So it should definitely tie in and be a part of the world.
This isn't cheesy fanfic. This is the real deal.
And there's others about Rogue One, Rebel Rising, a bunch of others like that. So check it out.
But I bet if you're listening to this podcast and you like wine, you've already listened to those.
Maybe
or
they
read.
haven't. I didn't even know that they had that many books.
Yeah, they're starting to add a lot more to canon. There's a bunch of offshoots, but they're starting to build them into
Like
the
I'm
actual
looking at
storyline.
this list and holy crap.
Yep. So again, if you want one free audiobook and 30 days to access the application, audibletrial.com / Wine Wars, hyperlink in our episode. And that helps support the show. So we appreciate that.
And also wink.com.
Wink.com.
Please.
Yeah, you could order your wine and then listen to an audiobook in the bathtub.
Sounds good.
Try wink.com / Wine Wars. All right, so that does it for this week.
/ or
It's forward and backslash, both at the same time. It makes like a carrot. Rate and review us on iTunes, and thank you for listening. I think we're going to wrap this up because everyone's falling asleep.
Mostly
Mostly
Anne's falling
I've
asleep.
had so much wine. Okay.
All right, thank you, listeners.
So until next time, please remember,
It's
just grape juice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wine Wars.